Good morning, everybody. For those that are up, good whatever, whenever you see it. Friendly neighborhood old soldier coming at you today from Robbs County, North Carolina. Me and old Rebel Dog, we're headed off to the trash dump. Get rid of some garbage. Like to say getting rid of some communists, but anyway, it's for you, Brother Kyle. What I want to talk about today, this came out in the news a couple days ago. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, retired Fort Charge General, man who at one time I used to have some immense respect for, no longer, has announced that no later, September 15th, that the COVID vaccine will be mandatory for all active military service members. However, in the article it stated that was pending FDA approval. Now, if the FDA doesn't give approval and still has it listed for emergency, then he has to go to blowhard Biden and get a waiver. And of course, blowjob Biden's handlers are going to say sign this waiver and tell the former general to go ahead and stab and jab our active service members with the vaccine. Now, again, I am not anti-vaccine. I get the flu shot every year, get the shingles vaccine, I try to stay up to date with tetanus, hepatitis, yada yada yada, come on. See, what I have issue with is that these vaccines are still classified as experimental, and there are thousands upon thousands of cases of severe reactions you're not being told about. That's kind of where I have an issue. Now, let's go one further. The Criminal Disease Corporation, CDC, used to do some good work, but now they're playing, the body politic game. One minute they say if you get the vaccine, you ain't got to wear a mask. Next they're saying, well, if you got the vaccine, you need to put the mask back on. And of course, the whole time, they're all listening to Rat Fink Fauci. Rat Fink Fauci, yep. He's a little communist kiss ass that nobody seems to know how to get rid of. Of course, Joe Blow Biden and Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi and Ocasio-Cortez and all that ilk, they don't care. As long as he spouts off what they want to hear, they're fine with it. And of course, he's going to play the game because he wants to maintain the power that he has and the position he holds. Even though Rand Paul called him out for lying before Congress. But yet, the weak and feckless rhino Republicans don't want to stir anything up outside of, like I said the other day, I can count the number on my hand, that are willing to stand up and call him out for what he is and demand that he be brought to trial for treason, among others charges, inciting panic amongst the greater population. You name it, he's probably done it. And if you ever looked at Fauci, he does look like a little freaking Faraday fart rat. And then has the audacity to yell back at Senator Paul for just pointing out the facts. Caught in his lie. You see, that's what's driving all this BS that we're going through right now. Now, like I said, if you feel the vaccine's doing you a world of good, by all means, I'm not going to be the one to tell you not to get it. I can just give you my reasons for not. And then to make it mandatory now for our military to take it. Yeah, I know, I'm an old soldier, 22 years. We were kind of the government's free of charge pincushions. But what I'll say, I ain't going to say that because there's some stuff they inoculated me with, and God only knows what was in it now. I have to look back. But I understand the need to protect the force. I get that, okay? But it's just like the suppression by Ratfink, Fauci, and others, as hydroxychloroquine is a method of treatment. Even preventative treatment, along with zinc and D3, B12, all of which I take. Knock on wood, I haven't gotten sick since this whole BS with the Chinese bioweapon has started. Oh, you can't say that, old soldier. That's misinformation. You're spreading misinformation. It came out of a Chinese lab. It was funded indirectly from Ratfink, Fauci to the Chinese military, to the lab to work on this thing. The real question is, was it released purposely or accidentally? At this point in time, in the words of a famous female dog,
at this point in time, what does it really matter?
Yeah. In this case, what does it really matter at this point in time? The biggest thing that needs to be happening is we need to be pushing to hold China accountable. All right, folks, I got to pause so I can dump my trash. Be right back. And we're back. And empty the old truck out with garbage. But yeah, so why aren't we holding China accountable? Nobody cares to explain that one. Not just us, the whole world. You see, this is how deep this deep state has gotten. It's not just us, it's global. When we've influenced the governments of so many other nations to, oh my goodness, we need to do this, we need to do that. Now, kudos to Italy. I say Italy, to the Italian people. I forget which city it was in Italy, but it showed the people burning their inoculation cards in support of those that chose not to get the vaccine, because Italy was trying to mandate travel restrictions, meaning you had to show your shot passport. You see, here is the demise with that. Now, yes, when you travel abroad, there are certain countries you have to show proof that you've gotten certain inoculations. Okay? But it's for known diseases and ailments that have been around for thousands of years, that when they finally got something truly developed to prevent it, cure it, stop it, they want people to get that shot before they come into their country. We want you to get that shot before you go travel to that country, because we don't want you bringing anything like the bubonic plague or yellow fever back, etc. and so forth. Long story short, you have to provide proof in that regard. But now, even within the country's own borders, they want you to show proof of just one shot. Well, why not demand proof of the flu shot? Why aren't we making the flu shot mandatory? Well, soldiers, they haven't made COVID shot mandatory in the U.S. No, but if certain CNN news commenters have their way, Without it, you won't be able to go to the grocery store. You won't be able to work. Don Shithead Lemon. You see, with him, it's okay when the shoe's on the other foot. He's fine with that type of segregation and isolation. But if you were to throw it back at him, all of a sudden, in his case, it would be racist or some other type of isist, you know. Don Lemon fits about 25 different things that you could potentially discriminate on him against. I'll discriminate on him because he's not a journalist. He's a political hack antagonist. He can call himself a journalist all day long, but he's a piece of crap. That's what he is. The old soldier, you can't say that about him. He's an American. Say it about it if it's true. But anyway, I've kind of got off on that tangent. But like I said, the real big point being here is that now they're trying to make this mandatory for the DoD or for the military. You know, because Joe Blowjob Biden's already issued a mandate that all federal employees will either get the vaccine or have to get tested once to twice a week. And see, what they're hoping is people will stop wanting to get tested, so they'll go ahead and break down and get the shot, so they get that swab stuck up their nose every week. Which is discrimination, which is wrong. But until we, the American people as a whole, actually raise up and demand that this stops, they're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Okay? I want to get that one off my chest today because a long time ago I had a lot of respect for Lloyd Austin. I really did when he was 82nd Airborne Division Commander and then later the 18th Airborne Corps Commander. He had a good record. He was known for his leadership, but now he's just playing political hack. So the real question is, was he always that way, or are they holding something over him? Or it could be a little of both. Either way it goes, if the military, the majority that don't want to take this darn vaccine, up and refused. The real question is, would the DoD be willing to try and courts-martial that many service members? Oh, to be sure, there'd be some scapegoats that would go down. I promise you that. The military's good about that, especially when it's a big issue. Several people speak out, and they want to sweep it under the rug. They'll usually find one or two people to be the scapegoat. Abu Ghraib, Major General Jeffrey Miller, pled to the military's equivalent of the Fifth Amendment, allowed to retire full benefits, but yet lower enlisted personnel got some pretty damn harsh sentences. Again, I don't condone how those prisoners were treated. Somebody told them to do it from a position of authority, and they followed through. That, my friends, is all I've got for you today. Stay vigilant, stay armed, stay safe, keep your eyes open, your ears to the ground, your neck on a swivel. Anyway, from my friend Brother Kyle, one more time. God bless, take care, until tomorrow. Don't so drought.